Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the book narration of the book Everyone Has a Myth to Tell. It is a fine sunny evening and nature is abundant. The mind is pure, the air is clean, and it is a wonderful vacation that we have automatically got. So let us make use of it. Let us drift into a world of stories beyond dimensions, beyond parallel universes. Everyone has a myth to tell. We're at a place where the Mahabharata has ended and the aliens have come to planet Earth, and they have come with the objective of peace and friendship, but the humans are very scared, they're very fearful, their first instinct is to fire back. So a completely new chapter begins on the timeline of planet Earth between the aliens from Triptamite and King Suddhodana, and Gautam the Buddha will join us soon. So this is chapter 13, day something of the lockdown. The chapter didn't end there. In fact, it was the start of a new beginning. Years passed and the Triptamites made it their lifetime mission to enlighten the human race into a forward dimension of peace and harmony. And back here on Earth, ego-driven King Suddhodana made it his mission to destroy the race of Triptamites for attacking Earth. In Triptamine, they started to develop knowledge on the fundamentals of human language and culture, and in Earth they started to develop fission and fusion bombs and spacecrafts in order to infiltrate alien territory. The Triptamites wanted to show the people on Earth how to live a weapon-free and a greed-free life with unlimited energy that didn't harm nature. There was a correct way to live, there was an art to living, and Triptas wanted to share that art with the brother humans. But the humans didn't want to listen. They were preparing for war and they were preparing to kill and defeat. King Suddhodana and his closest advisor cum scientist Shastri created the anti-alien squad and started to study as to how the Triptamite ship could withstand the amount of firepower. Suddhodana knew there was unlimited power here. He knew there was something. The Triptamites took some time doing their research on Earthlings, on the language and culture. They had learned words like friend and Namaste. The only problem was that the Triptamites spoke and communicated in hard vibration. The humans spoke in soft vibration tongue, and their frequency to perceive and listen to the vibration was a different one from that of the Triptamites. What the humans spoke was almost inaudible for the Triptamites, and what the Triptas spoke came out in form of powerful, incomprehensible force that humans could not stand. But the aliens knew that like different leaves of the tree, these plants too were different leaves of the cosmic tree. In order for them to transcend completely into infinite bliss, they had to help Earth too, because at the root they were all connected by the same cosmic thread. So for themselves and for the benefit of the people of Earth, the Triptamites got into dimethyl 2 and went back to Earth. This time they floated in the sky in an open area outside Kapilavastu and waited for the humans to arrive. This time the humans were better prepared. The anti-alien squad under the leadership of the king's right-hand scientist warrior Shastri rushed to the 80 spot and waited for further orders. The Triptamites welcomed the ancient Bharat warriors with sweets this time. Upon reaching their attacking bases, the whole squad received a sweet taste in their mouths and their food pipes, and in their mind telepathically floated the word Namaste, Namaste. And then they spoke the word Namaste, which shook the ground and made the anti-alien pads tremble. The vibration of Namaste was so strong that the humans thought that it was another attack, and Shastri commanded fire. But the army won't fire this time. They still had the sweet taste in their mouths, and the word Namaste had hypnotized them, repeating in a loop. They were recognizing the captain's command, but wouldn't follow, as they were unable to convince their mind to release the Supersonic Arrows. This was a hypnotic effect of the Triptamites. They had figured out a way to control the human mind in order to stop them from attacking, and making them listen to what the Triptamites had to say. But Shastri, the crazy scientist, was no weak mind. It was not easy to hypnotize him, because he constantly lived in his world of science and war. He didn't pay any attention to anything aside of his own passion. Similarly, he didn't pay attention to the sweet taste and Namaste. Fire, goddammit, he shouted again, but no one fired. It is time. Shastri thought to himself. He turned back his flying chariot and reached back his warrior pace. The whole anti-alien squad stood still and swayed, staring at the starship in a state of hypnosis. Suddenly, the Triptamites saw a silver arrow fly across miles towards their spaceship Dimethyl 2. Oh, another one of their bombs, thought the Triptas to themselves. But this was no normal bomb. This was Shastri's new invention that he was testing, the fission bomb. This bomb did not explode. In fact, it imploded. It imploded and sucked in all space around it into non-existence. The fission arrow came and hit Dimethyl 2, and the Triptamite just sat and watched, thinking there would be another explosion and they would not be affected. But this was not the case this time. The arrow hit the outer shell of the spaceship and the ship started to shake as if there was an earthquake. The bomb picked up pace and grew bigger, sucking in space around, pulling inside the fragments and parts of Dimethyl 2. The ship was breaking, and parts were flying inside the wormhole created by this bomb. Yes, it is working, excited Shastri gleamed villainously at his creation. He knew now that the humans would be unstoppable soon. The Triptamites started their engine and directly shifted to Warp 6. They floated above a little, but the wormhole pulled the ship in pretty hard. With Warp 7, a little more distance was gained, but it was not enough. The ship's parts were breaking and being flown into the wormhole. Warp 8, Warp 9, now the ship flew above the atmosphere of Earth and swept away like a shooting star. Dropped down from the sky, one of the core components from the starship Dimethyl 2, a particle regenerator that consisted minute fragments of the blue-black plasma, the key to King Suddhodana's unlimited superpower. Shastri placed the glowing fragments of blue-black plasma on a crystal tray and presented it to the king in front of the whole ministry and the population of the capital. He announced proudly that soon they would have infinite energy and interstellar traveling capacity through this blue-black plasma. A new era of weaponry and energy dawned on the human race, and the whole crowd roared ancient Vedic chants in order to praise the king, in order to receive the blessings for the conquest over interstellar space.